James Nguen was one of the thousands of lost boys, children displaced and in many cases left without family during Sudan's brutal civil war. They walked across Africa in an effort to escape the violence. In 2001, James came to Canada as a government sponsor. When he arrived, he only had a 7th grade education. Since then, he graduated from the University of Calgary with a BA in International Development. He also founded the non-profit Buluani Literacy and Water Project, whose goal is to drill clean water wells. He has delivered hundreds of presentations on his life. Currently, he's a public health graduate student at the University of Saskatchewan. Welcome to Risk and Reward, NUTV's exploration of success and the stories of those who've achieved it. I'm your host, Pauline Anunciacion. Today in studio we have James Nguen. Welcome, James. Nice to have you. Thank you for having me. James has been a prime example of perseverance, and he has overcome many obstacles in his life, including threats in his own life, to pave his way for his own success. So I'd like to ask, what has been your journey back home, and what has been your journey up to this point?
First of all, thank you for having me.
Yep.
It was my pleasure to be here. And with my personal journey, I think it started rough, and it ended, I would say it was a happy ending given what I have achieved so far. But initially it was a rough start. Yeah.
What were some of the sacrifices that you had to make on that personal journey?
Well, the sacrifices that I have to make were that living in the refugees can be able to control myself from the rest that are, because when you're living alone with no guardian, somebody telling you this is wrong, this is the right thing to do, I think that was the first thing that I have to decide as a person. And when I came to Canada, I didn't have enough education for me to work. And I didn't have somebody that I know over here. When I chose to go to school, it was the only open opportunity for me to better myself. And so, as an adult going to schools, I was being supported by student finance. And so it was hard for me, because after the month, when I have this funding, I would be able to pay my rent, my utility, and my bus pass. And at the end of the day, I would realize that I have only $50 left in my pocket for my food. So then, what can you buy for $50 for a month, for your survival? What I had to do was, after 1 week, I would go to food bank to get myself some food for me to be able to support myself and be able to go to school. So those are the challenges that I have faced. And they're not very pleasant, but I thought I had to do them to be where I am.
To spin it more in a positive tone, in that journey, what has been your greatest achievement up till this point?
I think my greatest achievement is to be able to be where I am today. For example, to come to an institution like University of Calgary, and also be able to give back to the community.
Okay. And how do you personally find success?
Success is be able to advocate for people that have no voice. Success is telling the truth. Success is advocating for kids to be able to go to school, advocating for people that are struggling on the street, advocating for us to change the way we govern. I think these are the success. I think each and every one of us that want change would take an advance and advocate on those.
So much, James, for coming on set.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. We are coming to the wrap of this episode. Back to you, Tabby.